could run with you. And from what I have heard, you do the same thing too. I wanna say forever, we could be good together. Guess misery loves company. Better too late than never. You know we could do better. So take a chance and run with me. Everywhere we go, you move me to the rhythm.
Hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kelly and I upload twice a week. And today's video, we are continuing on with part 4 of this extreme spring cleaning series I've been doing on my channel, where I'm going throughout my entire home, room by room, space by space, deep cleaning, decluttering, and reorganizing before the end of spring. And today's video, we are tackling my disaster closet. And honestly, I've been itching to do this because with it being spring now and the weather warming up, right now is the perfect time to pull everything out of your closet, reassess the things that you have, declutter or toss the things that you do not wear anymore, and put everything back nice, tidy, and organized. We also finally got a new bed frame, so we're gonna be putting that together in today's video too. And I would love for you to do this spring cleaning challenge with me. All you have to do is just take a before picture and an after picture of whatever space that you are deep cleaning or decluttering or reorganizing. Post them on Instagram and tag me. I'm at Kelly Hasbrook so that I can see your transformations and your progress and to cheer you on. So I truly hope that today's video gives you tons of motivation. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get right into today's video. And so here is just a before look of my disaster closet. It is 1000% overdue for a good declutter and reorganize because I just have way too many clothes and not enough hangers. Really nothing is in its place, and it is just time to get this closet ready for spring and for summer and just pull out all of those bulkier winter clothes and replace them with spring and summer clothes. And also, not to mention, it was raining all day this day, so since I'm stuck inside anyway, today is the perfect day to get some things done that I've been putting off. And if you've been following my channel, you'll know I've been talking about getting a new bed frame since I think it was the bedroom makeover. Well, today's finally the day because we will be setting up a new one, and I'm so excited because not only is it super cute, but it also has storage drawers underneath that I'll be organizing in today's video. But we've got tons to tackle today, so starting up my essential oil diffuser. And I learned on this day that if you mix lemon essential oils with peppermint essential oils, it smells just like Sprite or maybe 7-Up, which honestly was not what I was expecting. But if you want your home to smell like Sprite or like 7-Up, just mix some lemon essential oils and peppermint essential oils, and there you go. But while I tear the bed apart and get everything out of the way so we can set up the new bed frame, I did just want to say that rainy days like these, all I want to do is just crawl into bed and watch a movie or sleep all day. But I know the best thing for me, for my physical health and for my mental health, is to just get up, move my body, be productive, and get something done. And I'm just so glad that I did because I've been putting off setting up this bed frame and decluttering my closet for weeks, and I just feel a million times better. So I truly hope that this motivates you to get some things done today that you've been putting off too, or to declutter your closet with me, because there is truly no better feeling than when you clear out a space that was once cluttered, especially when it's a space that you see and use daily, like your closet, and making it look fresh and organized. And now that we have the bed frame torn apart, I just wanted to give the floors that were underneath the bed a good vac mop before we start setting up the new bed frame. But I've talked about this before. I am definitely someone who struggles with the winter blues. And yes, it is spring, but it's still cold and raining like every day here. On top of our schedules getting busier with spring sports and busier work schedules. And so when life starts to feel out of control, nothing helps me feel like I'm taking back control like when I clean and declutter.
it's honestly almost like a form of self-care for me, which is something that I'm really trying to do more of this year, not just for me, but for my family too. So I can show up every day as my best self. And one thing I found so helpful in giving me the tools to help weather all the different seasons of life is by talking with a therapist, which is why I am so excited to tell you about today's video sponsor, BetterHelp.
So regardless of whether you have anxiety or depression or just going through a really hard time right now, we are all human. And that's why I love making these types of videos, because I don't want you to ever feel like you're alone in what you are going through or the messes that you might have around your home. And I just know that it can help tremendously when you're going through those hard times to have somebody to talk to. And I started using BetterHelp when going through the loss of my dad and just dealing with lots of feelings of grief and just needing somebody to talk to. But we all have things that we go through, whether it's anxiety or different stresses or hard times that we go through. You know, just like the weather has different seasons, so does life. And sometimes it's just really helpful to talk to a professional that can help give you the tools and the strategies to help get you through those hard times. So it's really easy. You can just go online to betterhelp.com/Kelly Hosbrook, and I'll have it linked down in my description box below for you as well. But there's a really simple questionnaire that you can fill out, and it's super fast and easy to get matched with one of BetterHelp's 30,000 licensed professionals. And I know just for me as a mom, life can get really busy, and it's just really hard to find the time to actually go in and talk to somebody every single week. But that's what I love about BetterHelp, because I can do it from my own home right online. I can do video chats, or I can do phone calls. Or it's really nice too, because if something comes up in between our sessions, I can chat with my therapist as well. And if for some reason that therapist isn't the right fit for you, BetterHelp makes it very easy to switch, and you don't have to worry about any of the insurance hangups or anything like that, which is another reason that I love BetterHelp. It's just so convenient and so easy to get matched with a therapist who can help give you the right tools to live a happier and healthier life. Again, I am one of the 4 million people who are using BetterHelp, and if you would like to give BetterHelp a try for yourself, there's a link down in my description box, or visit betterhelp.com/Kelly Hosbrook. And by clicking that link, you will not only be supporting this channel, but you will also be receiving 10% off your first month using BetterHelp to see if talking with a licensed therapist helps you.
And so now setting up the new bed frame, I wanted to do this part first, by the way, just so that I could have the storage drawers under the bed set up so that I get some things like organized in there too. And so honestly, I am just going to be helping any way that I can. Clearly, I am not the handyman in this relationship, but I am just sticking on some of the LED lights that came with the bed frame for like under the headboard, which honestly, I am not crazy about LED lights, but Tyler really likes them, and now they match the LED nightstand tables that we got during my bedroom makeover. And you know, just for fun, I'll show what it all looks like at the very end when it's all lit up. But now I'm just putting together those storage drawers that go under the bed, which honestly took me just as long as it took Tyler to set up the entire bed frame. But I was just so excited to do this. As you now probably know, Tyler DIY'd the old bed frame for us. I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago. We didn't have a whole lot of money, and it was just way more affordable for us to just build ourselves. And then after the extreme bedroom makeover that we did back in January, it was just time to get a new one. This isn't actually the one that I originally ordered back in January. If you remember, I did order one, but then something happened with the shipment, and then it said it went out of stock, and they just never restocked it. So I had to order a new one, which is this one, but I still really love it. It kind of has the same idea where it has like all the shelves and the storage drawers underneath, which I definitely love for, you know, organization and for storage. And also one thing that I really loved about it too is it has these adorable like sliding barn doors, which I thought was so cute. And I always read before bed, so it's really nice too that I have, you know, a space where I can put all of my books and, you know, put my planners and my journals, because normally they're just like a jumbled mess by my bedside. But it's really nice to have like, you know, some more storage space where I can put things. It's also really nice too that it has, you know, like those storage drawers under the bed, which I honestly am probably never going to buy another bed frame unless it has storage drawers underneath it. I just think it's such a nice feature to have for a bed frame. And also another feature that I love is it has like those charging ports on the headboard so that you can charge like your phone or charge your laptop or charge your tablet. I don't know. I just think it's a really nice feature to have. I saw it once in a B&B and absolutely loved it. And we got nightstand tables with charging ports, but it's really really nice to also have it on the headboard too, I guess. You can never have too many chargers. And I will have this bed frame linked in the description box for you below, but 2 things that you need to know about this bed frame before you click on that link. Number 1, it is a pain to set up. Like, there are just a lot of parts and different pieces, and I don't know, it just took us way longer in the day than we were originally expecting to actually set it up. And number 2, it does not sit very high up off the ground. I don't know if you can tell, but it's maybe like 2 feet off of the ground, which is not very tall. So basically when you're getting into bed, you're basically just like falling into bed. So, I mean, honestly, it's my fault. I should have read. I just didn't know that like bed frames like came in different heights. But Tyler said he's going to build like a platform underneath, like a wood platform underneath, just to raise it up significantly. But just as a forewarning, you know, if you are, you know, looking for a new bed frame and you do like this one, just so you know, it does not sit very high up off the ground. So you may need to get like a box spring or kind of do what we're doing, like building a platform underneath, unless you don't mind, you know, having to climb in and out of bed. It's just we're definitely at the age where we need our bed to be, you know, a little bit higher off the ground.
There will be a time when you and me finally can talk. If you speak now, your words will only tear us apart.
Now that we have the new bed frame set up and the bed is made, and I just think it looks so much better and just perfectly fits the makeover that we just did in the room. But now it is time to start decluttering. And so the way that I like to declutter is I like to pull every single item out of that space. If you're asking yourself, do I really have to pull every single item out? If you're short on time, I would say no, but I just think it is the best way to see that blank slate. And it's like that feeling like you get a fresh start and you can go in and get everything clean and wiped down, but also going through every single item that was in that closet and asking yourself, is this something that I really love? Does it make me feel good when I wear it? If the answer is no, I like to donate it because that makes me feel really good. Or if it can't be donated, then I toss it. But only those items that we really love are what we're putting back in the closet.
You wanna see me? Yeah. There are some thoughts I can't avoid. I try to fight them all. So I won't speak right now, 'cause words will tear us apart. I pray to God I find a way to mend my broken heart. Yeah. Wanna show you a new place to start, But you.
And by this point, it can definitely feel pretty overwhelming seeing everything pulled out of the closet. And so the easiest way I know how to start when you see a big mess like this is to just organize everything into like piles. While I was pulling everything out of the closet, I was already kind of careful and just trying to keep like items together just to make this part a little bit easier. But just really organizing each pile and making sure that all of my jackets are in one pile and my dresses are in one pile and like my tops and my blouses are another pile. So just getting all of those organized. So step 1, pull every single item out of the closet. Step 2 is to organize them into like piles. And then we can move on to step 3, or at least I like to do this, but giving the space a deep clean. Because obviously with everything pulled out, it just makes it so much easier to get in there and give everything a good wipe down and just make everything smell fresh and clean. And then we can move on to step 4, which is going through each pile one by one and decluttering. And keep in mind that this took me like all day to do, like especially with the bed frame. So do not feel like you have to do this all in one day. Like personally, I just could not stand looking at my closet, you know, like that any longer. So, you know, if you can do 15 minutes a day or do like one section of the closet, you know, a day. I mean, it definitely doesn't have to be this dramatic, but if you have the time and you want to do a really thorough job, I feel like this is the best way to go about it. But now I'm just taking out all of like my spring and summer clothes that I had in these storage bins that are under the bed. I'm gonna have to find something else to do with these because obviously the underneath of our bed doesn't exist anymore because it has storage drawers. But I'm just taking all of the spring and summer stuff out so that then I can put all of my winter coats and jackets and more of like my seasonal clothes, because I think I still had some like Christmas sweaters in my closet. But this is what it looks like when I have everything organized into piles. It still doesn't look great, but it definitely looks a bit more manageable. But now moving right along to step 3, deep cleaning the closet, which we had what I found out later to be sawdust on our baseboards. It was from when we did our floors back during our room makeover, and Tyler had cut all the floorboards in the room. So we still had like a layer of sawdust like on the floorboards, which, come to think of it, I honestly feel like the dust kind of lingered in the air because I feel like our room just kept getting really dusty afterwards, which I'm sure was great for our lungs. But first I wanted to use my magic eraser to get all of the scuff marks off of our closet. I feel like we always have tons of scuff marks on our closet. I don't know if it's just us, but this definitely isn't the first closet that I have cleaned out on this channel, and I feel like I always have a ton of scuff marks on the walls of my closets. But seriously, magic erasers are a lifesaver for me. I always keep a stockpile of them. They've definitely saved me from having to repaint my walls a time or two, but now I'm just using my handheld vacuum just to suck up all of the dust that's on the baseboards. And then I'm going in with my Mrs. Meyer cleaner. I'm using the fresh cut grass scent, and seriously, it smells so good. This is the first time I used it, but it's just a really like sweet and clean scent. And it just made the baseboards look so clean. It made the entire closet smell so fresh and clean. And then finally, I'm just going to use my VacMop just to give the floors a quick back mop before moving on to decluttering.
Yeah, somewhere I'll go running high, looking for a new start.
And so if you have every single item pulled out and you're wondering to yourself, where do I even get started? The easiest way that I found to get started is to find the easiest pile for me to declutter and start there. Because once you get started, I mean, the more that you toss, the more that you're going to want to toss. And by starting with the easiest pile, it gives you like that really quick sense of accomplishment and makes you want to move on and do more. So I'm starting with my shoe pile just because I already knew that the items that I wanted to declutter, I knew it would be a really quick declutter for me. And that's just one thing that I can check off my list before moving on to the next pile. Now moving on to what is by far my largest pile of clothes, which are my tops, sweaters, and blouses. And so when going through clothing, it can be really easy to get hung up on a piece of clothing and not be sure on whether to toss it or end up holding on to something that you haven't worn in years and probably never will again. So to make this process fast and easier and more efficient, I like to consider a few things when deciding whether or not I want to keep an item. First, I like to consider what state is it in. Is it overworn? Is it stained or pilling? If it is, then I toss it. The next thing I like to consider, and probably the most important, does this make me feel good when I wear it? Like, does this make me feel like my best self? Like, we all know that feeling when we get a new outfit that we really, really love and we want to wear every day. If it doesn't give you that feeling, then just toss it. That is what I end up getting rid of the most of my clothing, because I had lots of clothes that I had bought and brought home and end up not loving as much, or I ordered something online and didn't really love the way that it fit and just never returned it for some reason. And yes, I realize you might get rid of most of your closet, but there is truly no better feeling than only having pieces in your closet that you actually love and make you feel amazing. And now come to think of it, I mean, you really only need 7 outfits a week. So as long as you have 7 outfits, I mean, especially even if you mix and match pieces, that's really not a whole lot of clothing. So just think of it that way, I guess. But now my favorite part of spring cleaning, and that is decluttering and putting away all of like my bulkier coats and sweaters and all of my seasonal clothing and getting those stored away in these little storage bins. I'm still not 100% sure where I'm gonna put these like off-season clothes, like these little storage bins, but I do know that soon we're gonna be DIYing our closet, like putting in some storage shelves and some cabinets and things like that. So I'm hoping that when we have a bit more storage in our closet that I'll be able to fit them in there. But I seriously just love replacing my coats with like my summer and spring dresses and skirts and like the lighter clothes, because 1, it just takes up way less space. And 2, when we're in our spring and summer clothes, I feel like there's less laundry without all of like the coats and sweaters being in there. But one thing that I love that I am so glad I finally just bit the bullet and got was all uniform hangers. It just looks way more clean and organized that way. So now that we have all the tops decluttered, I'm just gonna go through all the keep items and replace the plastic hangers or mismatched hangers with the new ones. And I decided to keep the blue ones for my son's closet since they kind of match his room's color scheme. But seriously, a change this small made the biggest difference in my closet. So I 10 out of 10 recommend getting matching hangers.
Came up now, I don't know what to do. I ain't over you. I ain't over. I ain't over. No matter what I do, I ain't over you. Give it time, things will settle. Just a face till it's better, yeah. Heard it all before.
And then just getting my spaghetti straps and tank tops organized on this hanger, which I do really like, but then at the same time, the straps do get like hung up on the hooks of it. So I don't know. Oh well. But now I'm just getting all of my tops organized in my closet. And I like to organize them by color and also by likeness too. So I usually put like my coats in the back and then my dresses. And then I like to keep like all of my spring clothes more towards the front. So just organizing everything the way that I like it. And then we'll move on to organizing my bottoms. So like my pants and my PJs and my athletic wear next. And so now moving on to my athletic wear, tossing anything that I don't wear or feel comfortable or good in. And then I decided to organize my athletic wear and like my socks and things in the storage drawer on my side of the bed. And I decided to do that because recently Tyler and mine's morning routine has changed, where we've been heading to the gym like first thing in the morning, which is great. I've been loving it. And I'll be sure to share an updated like spring morning routine video soon too. But some days it can be really hard to get motivated, especially when it's so early. So I figured it would make it so much easier for me in the morning if I had everything I needed to go to the gym organized in this drawer.
Every change has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With
And so after decluttering my pajamas and more of like my loungewear, I'm moving on to like my jeans and my pants, which were crammed into that cabinet that's right next to the closet. And my goal was to clear out that cabinet and have none of my stuff in there. So I decided to organize like all of my pajamas and my loungewear and also my pants into these really cute little bins. And then I'm going to put those in the closet on the top shelf, which I am so glad to have everything out of that cabinet because all of my stuff was just not fitting in there, like all of my athletic wear and my pants and my shorts and also my skirts. Like it just all was not like fitting. Like everything was just crammed in there and I couldn't find anything. So it feels really good to have it organized like in these bins and to have my athletic wear organized into the drawer. It just makes it a lot more functional. It makes finding what I want to wear a lot easier and also makes putting away laundry a lot easier too. And so to help keep my closet organized and to save space, I found this really cool hanger on Amazon that has 10 clips, which I originally got for my leggings, but since I decided to put those under the bed, I figured it would still be useful in organizing my shorts and skirts, which with the weather warming up, it's really nice to have them more accessible instead of crammed into a cabinet. I got them on Amazon. It comes in a box of 2 hangers and a bunch of different colors too, in case pink isn't your style, but I'll have it listed in the description box just in case you're interested. And finally, moving on to my last massive pile to declutter, which is the miscellaneous pile, which honestly, most of it was just trash or it just didn't belong in the closet at all. So I like to use my laundry basket just so that I can put whatever doesn't belong there in the laundry basket and just kind of disperse it throughout the house. And then whatever is trash, I put into the pink trash bags. And then whatever I want to donate are in those black trash bags in the back. But the main thing that I wanted to like declutter and reorganize is that wicker basket in the back, which is kind of like my filming basket, which has kind of like my filming lights, which I used a lot today because it was so dark outside, and also like my notebooks and really just any filming equipment, and I can just carry it around the house while I'm filming. So I don't know, it's just really important to have that basket organized. But now the basket is looking better and the closet is looking so much better, but the last thing I wanted to do was just wipe out the inside of this cabinet and organize Tyler's pajama bottoms on this shelf that had all of my clothes crammed on it and kind of just make this cabinet his. Reason being, these have been outside the room since the bedroom makeover because we just didn't have anywhere to put them. So I just wanted to get all of these folded in there for him. But I truly hope this gave you tons of motivation. I know it was kind of just a random mix between me setting up my new bed frame and decluttering my closet, but I hope that it motivated you anyways. Be sure to smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, loves.